Hi everyone. This week we're going to talk about the connection between lighting and sustainable design. We'll start broad, what is sustainable design, and then how does it connect with lighting and what are the specific sustainability goals for lighting design. And then we'll dig a little deeper into the connection between lighting and energy. Then we'll talk about the other sustainable characteristics of a quality lighting design, and those include daylighting, lamps, layouts, luminaires, and controls and maintenance. So what exactly is sustainable design? My favorite, and in my opinion, the best definition is this by the Brundtland Commission of the United Nations, and it says sustainable design is a form of development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. Here's another approach to describing sustainable design. You might be familiar with the 4 Rs, and those are reduce, reuse, recycle, and regenerate. But how does lighting design fit into these categories? Well, your textbook gave you kind of a laundry list of different sustainable design goals for lighting. Let's see if we can fit those into the 4R categories. So the first one, and what should be the biggest, right, has the most impact, is reduce. So for quality lighting design, to reduce the energy requirements, we need to maximize daylighting. You need to reduce the use of non-renewable resources. That's minimizing the energy use. Okay. And finally, you need to reduce light pollution and light trespass. Right? Your textbook doesn't talk much about reuse goals, but that is definitely an option here to remodel or add on or reuse existing luminaires rather than new construction all the time. Recycle. In quality lighting design, you should control the use of renewable products. That's really talking about using luminaires that are made of recycled materials. And finally, we need to also recycle the lamps. Regenerate. Regenerate is important, all right, but it's a much bigger effect. So we need to minimize air, water, and soil pollution, right? That's where that mercury toxicity piece comes in. We need to protect natural habitats and eliminate toxic substances. Those were a whole lot of sustainable design goals. How do you prioritize? How do you pick which one to focus on? Turns out there's been a lot of discussion and research on this topic. And here is a well accepted priority list, establishing priorities with green buildings, all right? And it is numbered, all right? Save energy over here is on the top, all the way down to green up your businesses on the bottom. So the number one sustainable design priority should be to save energy. Design and build energy efficient buildings, right? This goes hand in hand with quality lighting design. So let's talk a little bit more about the connection between lighting and energy. Lighting consumes about 15% of the energy used in both commercial and residential buildings here in the US. So on the left, we have a chart here. This is commercial buildings. And you can see right here is lighting, and it's up at 17% of the energy use. On the right here, we have a chart of residential electrical use. All right. And all of the different ways that we use electricity are here on the left-hand side, and it's probably very difficult for you to read, but this is lighting right here. And if you take it down, we're right about, looks like 11% of the energy use. So we use a lot of our energy for lighting, but the good news is that it's much less than it used to be. All right, the efficiency standards, the codes that we've enacted are working. So let's take a look here in 2003, and we're talking about commercial buildings right now. Lighting used to be 38% of the total electricity consumption. It has come down radically to that 17% number that we just talked about earlier. Let's talk about us here in California. All right, be a little bit more specific than the general US numbers. Lighting accounts for about a third of commercial building electricity use in California. It's this large pink pie wedge here. Why is it more? Why is it 28% instead of 17% for the whole US? It's actually because we use less total energy, and therefore the lighting portion accounts for more of the percentage. This holds true for residential as well. California households use less total energy than the US average, among the lowest in the nation. And that's because of our mild climate and our stricter energy codes, right? But we still use a lot of energy for lighting. All right, we just talked about sustainability in general and what should be your highest priority sustainability design goals in a quality lighting design, and that's to reduce energy use. Thanks, everyone.